Hey, happy Homebrew Wednesday, everybody. Nathan McKenzie here again. Righty-ho, I'll get right into it. Now I'm shooting this reasonably early in the morning, so yeah, I'm not drinking. I just had a coffee, actually. Gotta go to work later on. Anyway, enough said on that. I've just bottled up my Galaxy IPA. My final readings, I came in at a 6.3 ABV, and man, I haven't used Galaxy before. It was a single hop IPA with just Galaxy. Now I also dry hopped it as well, and my goodness, the smell, like I read on the description, you should have some fruity flavours, passion fruit, and I was really getting that strong passion fruit flavour out of the brew itself. I even got the wife to have a smell, and all she could smell is beer, so I might be making it up, but I don't think so. So that's all bottled up. Now that's the one I forgot to use the Irish moss in, but I chucked in some isinglass, yeah, fish bladder. Chucked that in there, and for a couple of days, and that's cleared it up a treat. So there's always something you can do if you forget. Right, so moving right along, because I've got to go to work. My beer disaster of the Red Ale 2, where I thought it had a yeast infection and it tasted of cloves. A couple of bottles did, yeah. I haven't had one since, because I was going to throw it out, but I'm glad I did it, because I think it may have been just isolated to a couple of bottles, which is strange and weird, especially when, I looked up and that infection wasn't one that would go away, if anything would get stronger. So I think it was isolated to a couple of bottles, which I just find that bizarre. But it is not the disaster that it was. Who knows, maybe the aging of the beer has been in the bottles about 8 weeks now. And I had a couple of mates come around the weekend, and we thought, oh, we'll try this, and I warned them it might be crap. But it was actually tasting quite good. Again, I'll have to do a Red Ale 3, because my grain bill's not quite right yet, and it's not quite there. It's closer than the first one. But we're going to wait on that. I'm a bit sick of it at the moment, actually, Red Ales. Sick of them. So, yeah, well, I might do that one closer to winter this year. The third attempt anyway. But moving right along to my next brew, which I'm very, very excited about. My next brew will be a black IPA, an Imperial black IPA. I mentioned this in my last video. Now, it is if you don't know, I've been reading the IPA book by Mitch Steele, which is a fantastic read. It's a great book to read. And in the back there, they've got a few recipes, like quite a few. So I have been researching from that recipe, and I've come up with I was going to do just a normal black IPA, but I just saw this recipe, and it looks great for an Imperial black IPA. I'm going big, boys. Now, it is based on the Stone 15th Anniversary Black IPA recipe. Not 100%, but pretty close. There will be 8 kgs of grains going into this. This is for a 23 litre batch, by the way. A massive 365 grams of hops, which will be Pacific Jade, Nelson's Vin, and Cascade. That's just... you look at your average brew. What goes into an average brew? 80 to 150 grams of hops, depending on what you're doing. So that's just massive. That's just massive. And now I've bought those hops already, and I'm storing them in the freezer, all airtight. It costs. I had to take a mortgage out. This brew's expensive. So, yeah, and now there will be a couple of adjuncts in there as well, which with all grain I've never put an adjunct in. I've always been just the 4 ingredients. So this is going to be interesting. They're calling for 1.5 kgs of a light dry malt extract. I may do that to a can of light malt extract, like a Black Rock or something like that, just because that'll cost me $15. Where the 1.5 of light dried malt extract, it costs $12 for every half a kg. So yeah, I'm up to sort of $36 on just buying that. So I think I will just go for the can because this is going to be expensive enough as it is. And it's also calling for half a kg or 500 grams of a dark candy sugar, aka Belgium candy. Now I've been doing a bit of research on this because I cannot buy it in New Zealand. I don't know where you buy it. So you can make it. You can make it yourself. So I'll be making that, and I'll shoot a video on making it as well. A wee bit of a shout out there as we're going on. Thank you very much for Grant Baker. He's just given me a few tips and so forth on how to make it and what to watch out for and little tips. It's going to be a dark one, so I'm thinking once it gets to that caramel flavour, I'll shut it off then because it keeps on cooking. So yeah, I'll shoot a video on making that Belgium sugar because I think it's pretty easy. You know, if you've made toffee before, okay, you're dealing with different temperatures, but hey, when that video comes out, I'll explain it all. Anyway. This won't be. Don't hold your breath on this. This won't be for a couple of weeks yet. This I am excited about. There's a bit of planning to be done. I'm doing renovations on the house at the moment as well. There's a lot going on in my wee little life down here in Invercargill at the moment. There will be a lot of wood turning up very shortly because I'm building a deck out the back, which I'll probably shoot my videos out there once I build the deck to show it off. So that's tied things up a little bit there, money wise and time. So yeah, and I'm trying to get all the garden sorted as well. You know, it's never ending. A life of a dad with 3 kids as well, and trying to get everything done, working a full-time job. You know, you'd think, where do you find the time for these things? Oh, you know, I haven't really got time to shoot this, but I'll be right. Gotta get on that bike and go to work in a minute. Anyway, woe is me. So Grant Baker, thank you very much getting back on the track there for all those little helpful tips and hints you've given me. Also, another wee shout out to Adrian Woodhouse and Dean McDonald and Dunedin there. Hey, thanks very much guys for meeting up with me on Thursday night last week. I was up in Dunedin for a couple of days with the family, and I arranged to meet up with Adrian, and he brought Dean along, which was fantastic. You know, it was really good to meet up, have a couple of beers. You know, it's quite weird. You never met these guys before. You just watch their videos. I do the odd comment. They do the odd comment back on your video. Yeah, it's kind of weird, you know, meeting them for the first time when you sort of already know them. Not really. So, no, it was cool. It was cool. Also, there's that fear in the back of the mind of, you know, what if they're dicks? What if they think I'm a dick? But they're not. They're good. They're good blokes. Really good to have a beer with and have a good old chat about broing and crap. So, yeah. So, thanks again, guys, for meeting up. That was great. What else have I got to say? I'm about done. Yes, I am. So, fastest one for me for a while, which you'll be pleased about. Oh, just a quick other one. Thank you very much I've had a few new subscribers lately, so thank you very much. I really appreciate all my subscribers and people, all your comments. Sometimes they take me a while to get back to them, but I always look at them all and always read them, and I always try to comment back on them all. And so yeah, I really appreciate that. And it's hey, it's quite weird. Like, I didn't do this for a popularity vote, or you'll be thinking, thank God, because you're failing. But it was more like a sounding board for me, as well as out there, someone who's been doing this a long time can come back to me and go, no, don't do that. Oh, saying that again, I should have written more notes here before I started. Tony Yates, again, thank you. You're always there with lots of advice, and when you see someone that might be doing something a bit fucking crazy. On that note, you know, I've got the yeast book, and I've been reading the yeast book, and dried yeast, don't make a yeast star out of it. Just buy the second packet. It's only another $6. Don't be a tight ass. Buy the second packet. Okay, yeah, I agree. I do agree with that. I did do it, and the result I did do it in the Galaxy IPA, and I had a really good fermentation. No off flavours in it. It was a very clean yeast, the M44 that I made the starter out of. Really good attenuation. I had the blow off tube in, and I needed it because it blew out the top. It seemed to all my brews do at the moment. I don't know why that is, but anyway, can't be a bad thing. My advice, I think, on this is probably use the advice of the yeast book and don't do it. But it worked for me on this occasion. Maybe I just got lucky. Yeah, I don't know. I'll probably do it again. But but I might just buy this 2 packets the next time. Anyway, that's me out. You guys, I look forward to your videos coming up later on today. You have a good day, and I hope everyone's have a beer. I'll have to have a beer later on when I get home from work. Alright, catch you later. Bye bye.